Have you ever felt like you were on the outside looking in, like you were right at the edge of a world you really wanted to be in, but just couldn't get to? What if a chance came up, just a tiny chance to step into that world? How far would you go to grab it, and what would happen to you because of it? It's a thought that can make you feel a little uneasy, right? Hello everyone, and a super warm welcome back to the channel. I am so glad you're here today because we are about to unpack an amazing movie that not only grabbed everyone's attention around the world, but also made movie history, the one and only Parasite. We're going to go through its story bit by bit, with all its twists and turns, and then we'll try to dig into what it's really saying, its hidden meanings, and the big questions it asks about the world we live in. And hey, if you love movies that make you think and feel a lot, and you haven't yet, please think about hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell. We talk about incredible movies like this all the time, and I'd love for you to be part of our group. Our story throws us right into the lives of the Kim family. There's the dad, Ki-taek, a man who seems like he's lost a lot of his hope after many setbacks. The mom, Chung-suk, who used to be an athlete and now shows her strength by being practical. The smart son, Ki-woo, and the super clever daughter, Ki-jung, who's also great at art. They live in a tiny, dark, and damp basement apartment. The kind where sunlight barely gets in, and it always smells a bit musty. Their window looks out onto a street where drunk people often pee, a daily reminder of where they stand in life. They make very little money by folding pizza boxes. Their hands are quick, but their future looks dim, and they're always searching for free Wi-Fi to stay connected to a world that seems to have forgotten them. You can almost feel how heavy their sighs are, how much they wish for something more, something better. Then, like a surprise bit of sunshine, a chance appears. Ki-woo's friend, Min-hyuk, who's actually in college, is about to go overseas to study. Before he leaves, he gives the Kims a special rock, called a scholar's rock, which is supposed to bring money. And he suggests Ki-woo take his well-paying job as an English tutor for Park Da-hae, the daughter of the super-rich Park family. The Parks live in an amazing, modern house, a completely different world from the Kims' tiny place. The only problem? Ki-woo needs to be a college student, which he isn't. But this is where Ki-jung's skills come in. With amazing talent and a lot of nerve, she makes a perfect-looking fake college certificate. With this fake paper and a new, smarter-sounding name, Kevin, Ki-woo walks into the Park family's huge, fancy house. The difference is huge and almost too much to take in. The big, open rooms, the simple, modern style, the beautiful green garden, just the feeling of everything being so perfect and rich. You can see the surprise in Ki-woo's eyes and maybe something else too, a desire for more, maybe even a bit of jealousy. It's hard not to feel that same sense of wonder and a little bit of worry for him too, isn't it? Mrs. Park, the young, pretty, and sweet but also quite clueless mom of the Park family, is quickly impressed by Kevin's polite ways and how he teaches. She's a woman who is kind of protected by her money, meaning well, but not really understanding what life is like outside her rich bubble. Ki-woo sees his chance and starts to quietly set things up for his family. He notices that the Parks' young son, Da-song, is very energetic and loves art. He casually mentions Jessica, someone he supposedly knows from college who is a great art therapist. Jessica, of course, is his sister Ki-jung. Ki-jung plays her part like a true actor, showing up looking like she really knows her stuff. She gets Da-song to have a messy paint outburst, then calms him down, making Mrs. Park believe she's got special skills. It's like a show, and she's very good at it. One by one, the Kims sneak into the Park household, each move planned out carefully. Ki-jung, now with her foot in the door, goes after Mr. Park's driver. In a smart move, she leaves her underwear in the back of the car. This makes Mr. Park think his driver has been using the car for secret romantic meetings. The driver is fired right away, and Jessica then casually suggests her uncle's old driver, who is really her dad, Ki-taek. Ki-taek, acting like the respectful and experienced Mr. Kim, gets the job. The last person they need to replace is the housekeeper who's been there for years, Moon-gwang. The Kims find out she has a very bad, dangerous allergy to peaches. They use this against her, very carefully creating a situation that makes it look like Moon-gwang has tuberculosis, a serious lung disease. A worried Mrs. Park lets her go, and Mr. Kim then suggests a good agency that, what do you know, sends Chung-suk to be the new housekeeper. Chung-suk, with her practical and efficient way of doing things, quickly impresses Mrs. Park. Now, the whole Kim family works for the Parks, and the Parks have no idea they're all related. They are living two lives, experts at tricking everyone. It's a really bold plan, and for a little while, it looks like it's working out perfectly. But you always have that feeling in the back of your mind, that feeling that something built on so many lies is going to fall apart. The story changes when the Park family decides to go camping for Da, Song's birthday. With the big fancy house all to themselves, the Kims stop pretending and really make themselves at home. They hang out in the Park's living room, drink their expensive alcohol, eat their fancy food, and dream about what it would be like if this rich life was actually theirs. Kaiwoo even reads the daughter Da, Hai's private diary. For a short, wonderful moment, they are the bosses of the house, living out a dream together. It's a touching scene, watching them enjoy this temporary good time. But you can't help but feel that this happy break is just the quiet before a big storm. Their fun is suddenly broken by the doorbell ringing over and over on a dark and stormy night. It's Moon Gwang, the old housekeeper, looking messy and desperate. She says she left something important in the basement. Chung-suk, not wanting to at first, finally lets her in. What Moon Gwang shows them is a secret that throws the Kims into even bigger trouble and makes them face some really hard choices. Hidden behind a secret door in the basement is a dark, damp bunker. And living inside it is Moon, Gwang's husband, Gun-se. He's been hiding there for over 4 years, without the Parks knowing, to get away from dangerous people he owes money to. The Kims, who thought they were the clever ones who had snuck in, find out someone else had an even bigger secret. The house has another, even more desperate person living off it. It's a huge shock, isn't it? It makes you wonder who the real hangers-on are and what terrible things people will do just to stay alive. A wild, messy fight breaks out between the Kims and Moon Gwang and her husband. Moon Gwang finds out the Kims are a family of fakes and manages to record a video on her phone, threatening to show it to Mrs. Park. The Kims finally manage to get control of them, tying them up in the bunker. But just when they're trying to sort things out, the Parks call. The camping trip got rained out, and they're coming home, expecting dinner in less than 30 minutes. Everyone panics. The Kims rush around like crazy, trying to clean up the mess from the fight, hide Moon Gwang and Joon-se, and change back into their roles as good employees. It's a part of the movie that will have your heart pounding. As Mr. and Mrs. Park relax on their sofa, with no idea about the two people tied up in the bunker right under them, or the three Kims hiding just inches away under the coffee table, the movie gives us one of its strongest moments. The Parks are casually talking about Ki-taek, and Mr. Park mentions his smell, a poor man's smell, he says, like an old radish or a wet rag that's been boiled. A smell that stays, even though he uses the same soap. Ki-taek, Ki-woo, and Ki-jung hear all of this, and you can really feel how embarrassed and hurt they are, especially Ki-taek. It's a comment that cuts deep, a reminder of the invisible but strong line between classes that no amount of acting can hide. This rainstorm, which is just a small problem for the Parks, turns into a total disaster for the Kims. While the Park's son happily camps in his expensive tent in their perfect garden, the Kims' basement apartment gets completely flooded with black, dirty water. They walk through the disgusting water, trying hard to save the few things they own. Ki-jung sitting on a toilet that's overflowing, trying to smoke a cigarette, is a picture of sadness and strength you can't forget. They lose their home and everything they have, and end up sleeping in a crowded gym with many other people who lost their homes. The huge difference between how the two families experience the same storm is shown in a very clear and harsh way. The movie rushes towards its shocking end at Da, Song's birthday party, which they have again. It's a really fancy party outside in the Parks' garden. Ki-woo, holding the Scholar's Rock, which now feels more like a heavy weight than a good luck charm, goes down into the bunker. What he plans to do is not clear, maybe even to him. He means to face Moon Gwang and Gun-se, but Gun-se, who has gone crazy with sadness after his wife accidentally died, during their earlier fight, Moon Gwang hit her head and died after Chung-suk kicked her down the stairs, attacks Ki-woo. He smashes the Scholar's Rock hard on Ki-woo's head, leaving him looking like he's dead. Joon-se then comes out of the bunker with a kitchen knife and runs into the middle of the happy party. He stabs Ki-jung in the chest, a terrible, violent act that ruins the party. Da-song, seeing Ging-se, has a seizure, which reminds us of an earlier scary thing that happened to him, supposedly from seeing a ghost, which was really Jeon-se coming out of the basement. In all the chaos, Mr. Park shouts at Ki-taek to drive Da-song to the hospital. As Ki-taek tries to get the car keys, which fell near Joon-se, Mr. Park pulls back, disgusted by Joon-se's smell, that same poor man's smell. This is the last straw for Ki-taek. All the times he felt put down, losing his daughter, his boss not caring about him at all, it all boils over. In a scary, almost unreal moment of sudden anger, Ki-taek grabs the knife from Geun-se's body and stabs Mr. Park, killing him. He then turns and runs away, disappearing into the confusion. What happens after is sad and hopeless. Ki-woo lives after having brain surgery and wakes up to a different world. He and his mother, Chung-suk, are found guilty of trickery and are put on probation, meaning they have to stay out of trouble. Ki-jung, very sadly, dies from her injuries. Her death is a heartbreaking hit. Ki-taek, now on the run from the police for killing Mr. Park, has disappeared. Life for Ki-woo and Chung-suk goes back to something like their old life, but with a much heavier sadness. Sometime later, Ki-woo is watching the Park house, which has been sold to a new family that doesn't know anything. He sees a light flickering in a pattern, Morse code. He figures out that his father, Ki-taek, is alive and hiding in the same underground bunker where Geun-se used to hide. He's become the house's new secret resident, sneaking food at night to survive. The movie ends with Ki-woo writing a letter in his mind to his father, full of a desperate, almost childlike hope. He promises that one day he will make enough money, he will get rich, and he will buy that house and walk up the stairs so his father can just walk out into the sun free. But the last, very sad shot shows us Ki-woo still in his dark basement apartment, the Scholar's Rock now just a useless stone in a frozen stream. The dream stays just a dream. Something that seems impossible in a world where it's so hard to get ahead. It's an ending that doesn't make you feel better, just leaves you with a deep sadness and the heavy feeling of a tough reality. Parasite was directed by Bong Joon-ho, a South Korean filmmaker with amazing ideas. It came out in 2019 and really wowed everyone. Bong Joon-ho, who also made movies like Memories of Murder, The Host, and Snowpiercer, has his own special way of making movies. He mixes different kinds of stories, thriller, dark comedy, serious comments about society, family drama, often all in the same movie, and Parasite is maybe the best example of this. It did something that had never happened before. It was the first movie not in English to win the biggest Academy Award, Best Picture. It also rightly won Oscars for Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best International Movie, plus a lot of other awards from around the world. The movie has some sharp things to say about the fight between rich and poor, about how our money system works, and about the ranks in society that are all around us but hard to see, which pretty much define our world today. The Kims are not shown as just bad people. They are smart, quick-thinking, and have a strong family connection. What they do, even though it's morally wrong and ends up causing a lot of harm, comes from a place of being totally desperate and wanting a better, more respectful life in a world that doesn't give them many fair ways to get it. The Parks, on the other hand, are not shown as simple bad guys either. They are polite, even kind sometimes, but they are also very protected by their money. This leads them to not think about others much, without meaning to be mean, and they don't really understand people outside their rich world. Their niceness, as Chung-suk says, is something they can have because they're rich. The hidden meanings in Parasite are very rich and have many layers. The clearest one is how they use high and low places. The Parks live in a house high on a hill, full of sunlight, showing the top levels of society. The Kims start in a basement, below the street, always fighting against real dirt, and the feeling of being dirty or looked down on. And then there's the secret bunker, even lower down, a dark, hidden part that shows the people who are most pushed to the side and desperate. Rain, for the Parks, is just a pretty background for a nice evening. For the Kims, it's a terrible flood that destroys their home. This shows the huge difference in how the same thing affects the rich and poor. The Scholar's Rock, given with good wishes to bring money, changes from a sign of hope and dreams into a real weapon and then just a reminder of Ki-woo's broken dreams. And of course, the thing that keeps showing up is smell. Mr. Park talking again and again about Ki-taek's smell. A smell that can't be washed away because it's the smell of being poor, of the subway, of their basement life, is a constant, painful reminder of the gap between rich and poor that's too big to cross. It's something you can't touch, but makes people feel different and bad. Is the movie saying that these class differences are so deep that they almost become something you can physically notice? The amazing thing about Parasite is how it makes us feel uncomfortable, how it forces us to look at these big unfairnesses without giving easy answers or clear good guys and bad guys. It makes you question what it even means to try to get ahead in our world. Can someone really climb the ladder? Or is the whole system set up to keep people in their place? What does it mean when the only way to move up seems to be by tricking people and, in the end, by pushing someone else out? The movie's title itself is something that makes you think or react. Who is the parasite? Is it the Kims living off the Parks? Or are the Parks, who depend on the Kims' work without really thinking about it, also like parasites in a way? Or maybe, is the system itself the main parasite, creating anger and desperation? This is a really interesting way the film shows how class secretly causes harm and the almost invisible walls that exist. The real genius here is Bong Joon-ho's amazing way of changing the feeling of the movie, going from laugh-out-loud funny to super tense to deeply sad, often in just one scene. It's a film that stays with you long after it's over, making you question what you think and the world around you. I am so excited to hear what you think about Parasite. What parts of the movie really stuck with you? Was it how clever the Kims were, how clueless the Parks seemed, the shocking end, or the heartbreaking finish? What did the Scholars Rock mean to you? Share what you think and how you felt in the comments below. Let's get a good discussion going. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep look into the movie. It's always great to talk about such incredible movies with you. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to explore another film with you soon.